What's up, gang? This is Drew's Comic Reviews. This is a new issue or episode of Drew's Comic Reviews where I take got a bunch of comics and I take a random one out of my comic collection and I read it and I talk about it and I tell you what to think about it. And today we have X Factor number 92, and obviously this is a pretty special comic. You can see right on the cover there is what's called a holographic card image, and it's just really cool. It's kind of a lot you could say about it, but the image just kind of speaks for itself. It looks like you can, touch through the whole comic. Like it goes, like it's you can, like you're seeing it with your eyes. You're not just looking at a picture, and you can like hold it like this, and there would be more underneath, but it's just I don't know how they do it. I haven't seen anything like this for a really long time. It's pretty, I don't know if this was the only time they ever used it, the hologram, but it should have been used a lot more because it's just so cool. And you think, okay, it's got a hologram cover. It's already awesome. There's nothing more you can do to make it more awesome. But then, look, they make it, the whole cover is the back cover. Usually on the back of a comic book, it's like maybe like an ad for like a video game or something. But they, instead of putting an ad in the comic or putting an ad here and being greedy, they made it more of a picture so you can see it's so cool. Look at everything that's going on here. There's guys fighting, there's people shooting lasers. There's so many different characters here. I could probably have a whole show just talking about this one picture. And that's not even talking about that it has a hologram on it. This cover is just worth the price of admission on its own. And, just to look at, like, this could be, I feel like people say artwork and they just kind of throw it around. Like, this is really artwork. Like, this could be in a museum or something. It's just so cool. There's so much to look at. And then, on top of that, there's, just what we're gonna find when we open the comic, because we haven't even opened it yet, and it's already just awesome. And here it says fatal attractions out of the light and into thy father's shadow. So I don't know what to think about that, but it would be pretty cool. So the comic is X Factor, and for those of you who don't know, it's X Factor is like they're kind of like X-Men, but they're like a little different, and they got some of the different characters, like instead of like Cyclops and Rogue and Jubilee, it's guys kind of like this. So we could talk about the cover all day, but let's go ahead and see. And then, just the fact that, like, I don't know, I gotta give props to Marvel for not being greedy and putting a big ad on the back and letting people enjoy the artist's cover, So inside, you see there's this guy, and there's 3 of these guys, and I think these guys are like probably bad guys. They all have the same uniform on, and there's a nurse It looks like a nurse, and they're like beaming to her, and they're saying, "Good afternoon, nurse. We are the Acolytes." So these guys are the Acolytes, and it looks like they have kind of like laser powers, and it looks like they're not afraid to use them. And then so this guy is saying, "Doctor's here. Time for your 5 o'clock business," and it's like, "Ugh." And I think he's smashing through the wall. So he's kind of like making a plan, like how doctors talk, kind of. And so here they're zip fight. Oh, this is okay. Don't worry about that. That's an ad. So this girl's name is Lorna. "Are you sure you're up to this?" And she goes, "Piece of," I think she's gonna say a bad word. Oh no, she's saying piece of cake. That she's gonna say the other thing that was a bad word. Oh look, cool. They have another one of these where it's like they say a word, where it's like they write a word but they have a picture in it, and it says whoa. Okay, so it's like a sound effect, and I think they're like fighting. And then there's this guy, and he's with this other guy, and they're kind of like running around. Here's the robots. X-Men are always fighting robots, giant robots. So that's something that like it's a welcome sight. Even though this is X Factor, it's still they do the same stuff a lot of the times. So they're gonna fight the robots too, and this is like okay. So and then it says, "I'm getting too old for this." So I don't know. This isn't really like part of the story. This is just like something else. But like you see some cool people from X-Men and some other stuff. There's just all types of stuff. There's Thor. There's this guy. There's Iron Man, and then there's like a girl Spider-Man kind of Venom or Spider-Man. She's like a girl version. There's Gambit. Everyone loves Gambit. So it's just pretty cool. This is ad for X-Men for Sega. I had this game. This was one of the first Sega games I ever had. It was really fun. I could never get past like the third level. It was hard, but I really liked it. I would always play it. This is pretty cool. It kind of looks like a cross between, you can see it looks like a cross between Swamp Thing and maybe like Baraka from Street Fighter. And he says, "I cut a path through your doppelganger's mad rocks, and now I'm going to cut a path through your heart. But before I slice you open like a piece of ripe fruit, I think I'll take out your eyes. After all, you've been blind to Magneto's truth for so long." So this lady's like sad, and then they all kind of walk away at the end, and it just says the end. Well, there's a pretty cool Crunch and Munch, which is it's like Cracker Jacks, but it's a little different. It's pretty good, and they have some comics that you can order here. $15 for Silver Surfer, X-Men 2099. That takes place in the future. I remember that. So yeah, you would have to, I guess, cut this out and send it in. I'm glad I never had to do that, because then this probably wouldn't be worth so much. So I gotta look up how much this is worth. This is probably worth a ton of money, because I don't know how many comic books would have a hologram and a double wide cover on it. If you want to find it, see if you can find it on eBay. I tell you one thing, you're not buying it from me, because I'm holding on to this baby, because this is a keeper and it's awesome. And I say good luck finding it.